My name is Miguel Romo. I'm an artist. I've been involved in creating, together with Jaime Valtierra and Amos Shane, this amazing replica of Marble Arch, such an iconic monument in London. And I think it's been a very valuable experience, and we're quite happy that we're participating in this project together with Westminster Council to raise awareness on the litter that is picked up from the streets. Jaime, do you want to say something about the project, your experiences?
Basically, I've been kind of in charge a little bit of the outlook, the final outlook of the outside of the front of the arch, and I really enjoy working with recycling, reusing the materials that we were provided by the council. We basically separated the rubbish in different objects like cups and cans, and so creating different sections to bring a bit of harmony into the arch, and also use some of the plastics from the bags, use different colors.
Hi, my name is Amos Shane. I'm an artist as well. Use a lot of recycled material in my projects. This in particular is an amazing project, and it's a pleasure to be part of. And it's been really interesting to see the reaction of the people when we were building it yesterday. They're just realizing that this is all the rubbish that they throw on the streets, because that's like about 12 hours of just rubbish. And the smell is really strong, so I think the impact is going to be really, really strong on the people, and they're going to begin to realize that they need to recycle in order for a better future. Apart from that, it's been really interesting, and I think we'll see what happens. Thank you very much.
What message do you hope to send across to people who come into the West End about the way they dispose of their rubbish?
Well, me personally, I think it takes a very small effort, very small actions from everyone to make a big difference and to make a big change. And I think that's one of the most important aspects of the whole process. Not only the creative process, but also the exhibiting process, where we'd like people to take conscience of that and start recycling. It's also a message for the local authorities to perhaps install more recycling bins, easily recognizable, so you have your cans, your plastics, your cardboard, your paper, easily accessible. So starting with this educational process, people cannot actually take this small action and create a big difference, create a big change, which I think our planet and our society needs. Yes.
What has this collaboration taught the three of you?
So what is the question?
What new lessons have you learned from doing this?
What have you learned from doing this?
Well, it's not just the three of us. We had a lot of other people behind us helping to create the structure, the concept, and coming to this point. It was another team of about maybe 10 people, not on site, but people around, like another 7 people. And without them it would be impossible to do it. So we want to thank them very much as well. But it taught us,
it just teaches that collaborating we can achieve more.
We can achieve much more.
And I think that's the most important lesson. Yeah.
And how long did it take to put the whole thing together? The structure of the rubbish and the marble arch itself, if you can call it that.
We prepared some parts of the structure before in a warehouse in East London, and we arrived with some of the parts ready, and so assembling the whole thing and filling up with rubbish and decorating the object, it took about 9 hours. From 7 in the morning till 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We were a team of six people and 2 volunteers. 5 people and 2 volunteers.
And how much rubbish do we have in there now? How many bags?
Okay, the structure can hold 15 cubic meters. We possibly have a bit more because of the reason for it is that the rubbish is not compressed. So we possibly have a bit less than 15 cubic meters. Sorry, I said a bit more, but we have a bit less because some of the rubbish is taking a bit more space. If it were to be compressed, it could withstand 15 cubic meters. Yes. So we have perhaps 13 cubic meters of rubbish in there, which was around 160 bags of rubbish picked up from the streets, dropped off by people on the streets.
How many hours of rubbish was that?
That's 12 hours of rubbish.
Of litter?
12 hours of rubbish, yes.
From which streets in the West End?
From Oxford Street.
Yeah, it's just the surrounded area. Yeah.
Oxford, Bond, and
Three streets. Oxford Street, Regent Street and Bond Street, which are possibly the most commercial and the most touristically visited streets in the whole of the UK, I would say, actually.
Actually, can you clarify one point? Were the litter actually dropped on the floor or were they dropped in baskets?
No, on the floor. This is litter picked up from the floor by the sweepers that sweep the streets every day.
And what does that tell you about Londoners or the people who come into London to do their shopping?
Well, I don't know, I have a very personal view on that. I think generally speaking, the majority of the population is not very aware of how we were dealing with the refuse, with how much we consume and where all that ends up, because it's just taken off their sight, and so they think it just disappears, magically disappears into the seventh heaven or into the cosmos, but it doesn't happen like that, and it is harming the planet as a whole, and it takes a lot of effort from Westminster Council to keep the streets clean and to keep the centre of London tidy for everyone in general, and I think the message is that money could be spent on much more important things, with, as I said previously, a small step and a small action from everyone.
So what title would you call this structure then? Can we call it Marble Arch Recycled? I want a name from each one of you, please.
Okay, well I dare to say rubbish art. Rubbish art.
I didn't get the question.
What is the title?
What title?
What's the title? An arch for this century.
This is who we are.
Thank you very much.